Breaking news tonight, one person is taken to the hospital after a crash in Starkville tonight. You see here a car overturned on its side. Fire crews say they had to cut the roof off of that car just to get that driver out. WCBI County Fire Coordinator Kirk Rosenhun says that a car pulled out in front of another. A car that overturned hit the curb, causing it to overturn on its side. The crash happened in front of the Dollar General at the intersection of Ruth Road and 182. That's in the Clayton Village area. The driver was transported to OCH for observation. MHP and the East Oktibbeha County Fire responded to that crash. Well, the census comes around every 10 years, and have you ever wondered why it matters? Turns out it could impact your community more than you might realize. Courtney Jackson explains.
The president is still pushing for a citizenship question to be included on the 2020 census forms, despite the Supreme Court's decision to keep it off.
It would help us to get a complete count and would not segregate non-citizens out of the count.
The Mississippi Immigrants' Rights Alliance notes they believe there was some underreporting 10 years ago due to language barriers and fear of the process.
Census count in the Latino community of about a third of the people that are really there. They said we had 87,000 Latinos in Mississippi, while our own experience shows us that they're closer to 200,000.
Immigrant issues aside, Hinds County Supervisor Robert Graham explains the count has far-reaching impacts for the next decade.
Businesses use it, local government uses it, other states use it, people that are moving to the city, people that are applying for grants. So it's very, very, very important that we have an accurate count. In
a college town like Clinton, they are paying particular attention to getting everyone living there counted, including students at Mississippi College.
Last census, that didn't happen. And so technically, Clinton was undercounted 5,000 people. So we're looking for that school population to be added this time.
Any underreporting can impact the money that goes to your community's infrastructure, for example.
The monies that we get from Mississippi Department of Transportation through Central Mississippi Planning and Development District come from the federal government. And some of those numbers are based on population and where the population numbers are. They're based on the types of population.
Courtney Jackson, WCBI News.
The Mississippi Band of Choctaw Indians will look to a new leader for the next 4 years. Cyrus Bend defeated current chief Phyllis J. Anderson in a runoff election. Anderson has led the tribe for the last 8 years. Bend received over 2,000 votes to Anderson's 1,100. The results are not yet official. There are still absentees to be counted. Bend says he's thankful for all the support.
It's been quite a blessing and overwhelmed by much support. The support began way before my announcement to be a candidate. And throughout the campaign, it continued and grew to a great group of supporters and basically growing into family.
Ben will be sworn in next week at the Choctaw Indian Fair, and he's inviting the public to join. Traps did not work. Now Columbus police are moving forward with a plan to eradicate coyotes from Northside neighborhoods. Police Chief Fred Shelton says he knows of 2 reports of domestic cats being killed by a coyote. The reports have been in the Blue Cut and Holly Hills Road area, along with the Katy Hills neighborhood. Shelton says traps have not worked to catch them. He tells residents to let officers know where they see coyotes and not to take matters into their own hands.
They're predators. They're seeking food. And again, the thing we have to be concerned about rabies or any other disease that they might carry, because they're wild animals. They're not vaccinated and they need to be vaccinated. But the thing was that if they start encroaching closer to where we live, that eventually the possibility of they might attack a human being.
Now, if you need help, you can call the contact helpline or post to the police department's Facebook page to report a coyote sighting within the city limits. The Calhoun County Sheriff's Department is honored by MDOT for its efforts to keep the roads clean. The Sheriff's Department inmate work detail picked up over 3,000 bags of trash last year. The crew is known as the Paper Chase, and they hit county and state roads 5 days a week. Sheriff Greg Pollins says the program has many benefits for the county.
It keeps the highways clean. It's a partnership between us and MDOT, and then it's also a partnership between us and the Board of Supervisors, because they have to help on the county days. It would be outlandish to have to pay someone to do that every day.
The Mississippi Department of Transportation recognized the Calhoun County Sheriff's Department at this year's conference. Think your job stinks? Check this out. A trucker hauling portable toilets lost his load in Gordo this afternoon, spilling the porta potties and their contents along a busy stretch of highway. In Gordo, firefighters, they were called in to help clean up the mess. At least one of the units completely wiped out. No injuries were reported, but the smell reportedly lingered for quite some time after that incident. And bless them in Gordo. All right, well, time now to get a first look at our forecast. We'll send things over to Kendall Smith. Kendall, hopefully that smell will linger on away after maybe some rain.
Yes, you're right. Well, we saw some showers and thunderstorms roll through our area earlier this afternoon and evening, but they left behind a beautiful sunset. Check out this picture sent in to us by Liz Guyton of the sunset in Vernon, Alabama earlier. And if you ever get neat pictures like this, make sure to send them in to us at WCBI Weather on all social media platforms. We would love to see them. So currently temperatures are sitting in the mid to upper 70s. 76 here in Columbus, 73 in Starkville, and 78 is our warm spot down in Winona. And as we go throughout the overnight hours, temperatures will dip down into the low 70s. The storms do look to fizzle out, but we might even have some fog by the time you wake up in the morning.
All right, thank you very much, Kendall. Well, it was a lit night in Louisville tonight. The town lit up the sky for this year's Independence Day celebration. Hundreds of residents poured into Lake Teocata for tonight's event. Things kicked off with a parade you see there and ended with a big fireworks show. Residents say they love the July 4th tradition.
Just family and fun and just getting away for a little while and just hanging out and spending time with my kids and my wife.
Having an amazing time, just went for the fireworks and then get to come out here with your friends and family and just hang out and just have a great time.
And I really like that bandana that guy had on there. All right, local grocery stores, they've been flooded with shoppers buying all their barbecue fixings for the holiday. Workers at the Sunflower location on Alabama Street in Columbus say that more than 600 customers came through the doors today. Shoppers were getting their hands on everything from chicken and ribs to fruits, even ice cream to help prepare for the big rush. All employees were called into work today, and they made sure they were well stocked on all of their items.
Well, it's a very important holiday to us. This is probably about the third busiest day of the year. In some years, it moves up to number 2.
Store owners they're also expecting another big wave of customers in the morning.
Well, for your 4th of July, temperatures will top out in the 90s, but they could feel like the triple digits, and we could see some isolated pop-up showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. More on those rain details coming up next.
Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Kendall Smith.
Well, some showers and thunderstorms rolled through our area early afternoon, late evening. This is a time lapse of some showers that pushed through downtown Louisville, Mississippi earlier on our Alpha Insurance Sky camera, but they left behind a pretty pleasant evening. On area-wide, currently temperatures are sitting in the mid-70s at this time. Pretty comfortable out there. 73 in Starkville, 78 is our warm spot down in Louisville, 76 in Columbus, and 74 up in Amory. And as we go throughout the overnight hours, temperatures will continue to drop down into the low to mid-70s, and we'll have partly cloudy skies expected as well as by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. So this is our current setup on Doppler radar. We are finally drying out. We did see a little bit of a thunderstorm activity down south of Ackerman, north of Louisville, and that has since started to fizzle out, and we will continue to be dry as we go throughout the overnight hours. So like I said, we'll be dry for the overnight hours. By the time you wake up, however, in the morning, we could see some just partly cloudy skies if you're headed out to work, but then the clouds do start to increase by afternoon hours, and then we could see some isolated showers and thunderstorms start to pop up by the afternoon. Not everyone will see rain, however, but if you do see a shower or thunderstorm, they could just have some gusty wind and heavy rain associated with them. We're going to keep those rain chances around 5 o'clock. We'll still see some showers and thunderstorms out there for the most part, but then the good news is that by the late evening hours, we look to start drying things out, and then for the overnight as well, we look to be dry. So if you have any outdoor plans for fireworks, they look to be good to go, but do have an extra plan in case we do get caught in an isolated shower or thunderstorm. So for your timeline tomorrow, morning hours look to be nice. Temperatures will be in the low 80s. We'll warm up to the low 90s by the afternoon. Could see an isolated shower or thunderstorm start to pop up. Keep those rain chances around for the late afternoon, early evening, but then we're going to drop those rain chances back off around 9 o'clock. Temperatures will drop down into the low 80s. Pretty favorable conditions to watch fireworks in, if I must say so myself. So on Friday morning, we do have some more rain to talk about. We see partly cloudy skies on Friday, then some rain starts to move in. By the afternoon hours, we could see some more widespread shower activity Friday afternoon. Then we will start to dry back out Saturday morning. By the time you wake up, we're seeing partly cloudy skies again. And then Saturday afternoon, same song, different verse. We could see some isolated showers and thunderstorms start to pop back up. Less rain on Saturday than on Friday, but then when you wake up on Sunday, we could see some more shower activity. So this is going to be the trend as we go throughout the next several days. But hey, it's summer, we're in Mississippi, this is the trend. So area-wide temperatures are going to top out in the upper 90s. It's going to feel like the upper 90s if you factor in those heat indexes. So for our southern counties, we're looking at low 90s, and then for West Alabama, low 90s are expected as well. 91 tomorrow in Reform, as well as 91 in Vernon. So it's going to be hot. Just make sure you have your hat, sunglasses, and water on hand tomorrow. So we are going to keep those rain chances around for the next several days. But the good news is we look to dry out for your overnight for the 4th of July, and temperatures will drop down into the low 70s.
A former Diamond Dog is making his name known in the big leagues. Details are coming up a little bit later in sports.
WCBI News at 10 with Scott Martin.
Welcome back. Many folks gearing up for cookouts and family time for the 4th of July holiday. If you're doing any traveling, we have a few tips on how to handle food safely in our Health Talk with Baptist.
Hi, I'm Libby Walker, the Morrison Director of Food and Nutrition at Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle. Tonight I want to talk to you about how to handle food safely on the road. Whether it's a quick trip to the park for a family picnic, or tailgating with a favorite team, or taking a favorite family recipe to a family reunion, the road to food safety can either be bumpy or smooth, depending on what precautions we take in handling meals as we travel. There are some simple, common sense food safety rules that can save a special occasion from a disaster. Plan ahead. If you are traveling with perishable food, place it in a cooler with ice or freezer packs. Place drinks in a separate cooler so the food cooler is not opened frequently. Pack safely. Pack perishable foods directly from the refrigerator or freezer into the cooler. Meat and poultry may be packed while still frozen so it stays colder longer. Be sure to keep raw meat and poultry wrapped separately from cooked foods or foods meant to be eaten raw, such as fruits. When camping, keep the cooler in a shady spot and covered with a light-colored blanket or tarp to reflect heat. Hot, takeout foods should be consumed within 2 hours of purchase. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
French Camp looks to continue its winning ways in 2019. The Panthers are up next on the high school football tour. Next in sports.
On WCBI.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Chris Bolton. A change in the lineup can mean all the difference. A former Diamond Dog continues to tear it up in the big leagues. The Pittsburgh Pirates' Adam Frazier has been on fire since moving to the leadoff spot. In 2 games, he's 9 for 10 with 5 doubles, including tying the Major League Baseball record with 4 against the Cubs. Frazier posted a 7-straight hit streak going into tonight's game, the most by a Pirates player since 2009. The high school football tour wraps up its previews of Region 2-1A, one of the most competitive divisions we'll see in the fall. Stop number 10 features the French Camp Panthers. Head coach Nathan Wright leads a team that will feature some new faces in key positions.
WCBI's 60 Schools in 60 Days is brought to you by Sparklight.
The French Camp Panthers are looking to build off of last year's success. Coming off a 7-5 record, the Panthers have their work cut out as they try to replace a big senior class.
We lost over 10 seniors, and a lot of them were starters last year. And so, we had to find different people to feed off of. Like I found Philip, and me and him feed off each other pretty well. Like our personalities line up. So you just have to find your underclassmen, and you have to be someone that they can follow and someone they can relate to instead of you getting to follow or relate to somebody.
We're just trying to grind out, learning the playbook, and encourage the new people that's ninth graders to step up, and they encourage the older kids and encourage them that they can step up too.
The Panthers look to fill a void left by a backfield that featured quarterback Holman Edwards and running back Zach Gilmer.
Most of our players last year were skill guys, so hoping to refill them. Got some pretty good running back quarterback duos coming up.
Our backfield were all seniors last year. Me and Philip are going to step in part-time in the running back position. C.J. Johnson looks like he's going to be able to step up as the underclassman and lead the team. And we're pretty excited about that.
We're trying to get C.J. Johnson to step up and making good throws, which he have been doing. He's grinding. Everybody's trying to step up, and me and Bradley Edwards, we as the next two running backs up this year, our senior year, we stepping up in that position, trying to. So it's been filled, and we just trying to do our best. Not trying to be like someone else, but be our best of ourselves.
Those guys will have to step up as French Camp enters a new region loaded with tough teams.
Week in and week out, it's going to be a battle. And, when you have that many teams in one region and every Friday night, it's pretty much a regional game, then, every Friday night matters tremendously, and you got to bring your best each week. And it doesn't look like there will be an easy game in there. So everybody's going to be clawing and scratching, and we'll see if we can claw our way to the playoffs again.
It's always a great battle, between us and Nanawai and Knox Pater, all those guys. It's usually a close game until the fourth quarter, so it's all about who comes to play and makes big plays,
Overall, I'd say we're definitely excited with the new schedule. Just something to mix it up.
Reporting in French Camp, Chris Bolton, WCBI Sports.
60 schools in 60 days with French Camp Academy was brought to you by Bank of Kilmichael and WFCA.
Next on the high school football tour, we'll take a look at Baldwin tomorrow. Then on Friday, we'll go to East Union. Saturday, we'll check out the Manatee Mustangs. And on Sunday, we'll take a look at Bruce. Now, for those keeping track at home, you can go to our Twitter and Facebook accounts at WCBI End Zone to see the schedule. And if you miss any stops along the way, you can always go watch them on our website at WCBI.com. Hail State Hoops remains perfect in its international tour, using a 15-0 fourth quarter run to push past Mexico as they won 60-49. Five-star freshman Rakia Jackson leading the way for the Bulldogs. She had 10 points, 4 assists, and 4 steals in the win. Mississippi State will face Taipei at 6 a.m. tomorrow. It's been a sad day in the sports world. Legendary college baseball coach Tony Robichaux passed away today at the age of 57. Robichaux died due to multiple open heart surgeries following a heart attack on June 23rd. Now, Robichaux has been etched in the history of McNeese State and Louisiana Lafayette, ending his time as both programs' all-time winningest coach. Coach Robe led the Raging Cajuns to a College World Series in 2000, as well as 2 Super Regionals in 2014 and 2015. That's all we have for sports. We'll have a last look at your forecast coming up after the break.
Well, for your 4th of July tomorrow, we could see an isolated pop-up shower thunderstorm during the afternoon hours. But the good news is if you have plans to watch some fireworks in the evening hours, those showers and thunderstorms do look to move out of our area. But we are going to keep some rain chances around for the next several days with highs in the low to mid-90s.
So it's going to be hot, but for the most part, everyone should get to see their fireworks.
Yes, indeed.
Good deal. Everyone be safe out there for sure. So have a good, happy 4th. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow or Friday. Have a good one.